Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, and it's everybody's favorite time of the month. That's right, real estate market statistics time. These real estate market statistics are for the greater Dayton Metro area for July 2024. Now, before we dive into the usual rigmarole here, probably wondering, hey, where were you last month? Well, I was sick. Went to the PGA Championship down in Valhalla, down in Louisville, Kentucky. Got a sinus infection and literally have been, struggle a little bit to get back on it. Those of you that I've talked with in person on the phone know that, I've been coughing pretty steadily for a couple months and had some other things, lost 10 pounds in like 7 days. And anyway, I'm doing much better. Obviously, not coughing right now, so doing exceptionally well. No major health concerns or anything. I took a battery of tests. All good. Just a little word to the wise: if you do have a 102 fever, be sure to drink significant amounts of fluids, because if you don't, it definitely can compound into some other issues. So, like I said, all good now. So if you have a copy of these stats, and I welcome you to download one, you can find the link in the description down below. If you have these stats in front of you and you're going to be following along, you'll probably notice that we are in July, but the date on this report is June. Why is that? Well, it's because in real estate, things take a while. And really, the best way to compare numbers to know what the market is doing is to compare month to month. If you try to do day to day or week to week, it's too much happens or doesn't happen in a given day or a given week. Whereas a month is a long enough period of time that it is relatively reliable to compare it to previous years. The other piece there that you might have picked up on at the end is that we are comparing year to year. So that means that we are comparing June 2024 numbers to June 2023 numbers. We do that because during the course of a year, real estate has a natural ebb and flow. A lot of times it basically coincides with the school year as well as the seasons of the year. Just wintertime, not a lot of people looking to sell houses, not a lot of people looking to buy houses, although plenty of houses still still sell in the wintertime. So we are comparing June 2024 numbers to June 2023 numbers. I do look a little bit more into the month to month for the past couple of years, just because the market has been jostling around a little bit more than usual. But I will be sure to make particular note of those items as we go through this report here. Now, if you remember back to your math class, might remember mean, median, mode. I don't remember what mode is, but mean is also known as average. And that's, as I'm sure you know, you take, let's say, 5 houses, you add them up, you divide it by 5, that gives you the average home price. Median home price is a little different. What the median price point is, that is the point at which there is an equal number of homes that are selling for more as well as for less. So it's basically the true midpoint of the market, where there's an equal number of homes for sale or that have sold on both sides. I typically give a little bit more weight to median home price because it is not pulled as hard as an average is if you have a significantly higher number of lower priced homes or higher priced homes sold in a particular time period. But even then, with numbers kind of where they're at being so low, median home price has been moving around more than typically expected. So let's dive into these Dayton stats. And I know we skipped last month, but there wasn't a lot of big change last month. And really the trend has continued. And that trend is basically, we're still selling a pretty good amount of houses. And there's not a lot of houses that are going up for sale. Net result is median home price has continued to increase in the Dayton metro area. So let's get to it. Total number of closed sales was 1,156 homes, which was a decrease of 9.4%. Median sales price climbed 10.9% compared to June 2023, from $230,000 to $255,000. Average sales price climbed 11.1%, from $263,818 to $293,185. Median percent of original list price is 100%. Basically, whatever the original asking price is, that's what people are getting. And median time to sale is hanging around at 43 days. which is an increase of 2.4%, which is not terribly significant. Important to note that that is median time to sale. So we do need to subtract the typical contract time frame of, let's say, 35 days. So that puts us at about 5 to 10 days is typical time that is taking a house to go under contract. Total number of new listings went up 3.4% to 1,452 homes. Total number of active inventory is actually up 25.9%, which sounds outstanding, but that only went from 1,108 homes to 1,395 homes. Foreclosures and short sales, again, still not a lot of movement in that segment, the doom and gloom segment. Total of 11 foreclosures and 1 short sale. Now, median sales price, I do want to touch on a bit month to month because we have had a bit of a dip, and that's kind of been the story for the last couple years. Through the wintertime, prices tend to decline. The low point was December 2023, which hit 213,000, and then January 2024 hit 206,000. The February is back up to 220. March was up to 229. April 221. May 247, big jump, and then June was at 255. Now, you probably heard that statistics are, damn liars, or you can make numbers say whatever you want. It is very important to understand the context of these numbers. So whenever you have a very low number of homes that are selling, there's a much bigger pull on the median sales price. And we're only selling like 1,000 homes a month. And, that's compared to previous years when we had 2,000 homes, 3,000 homes. The more homes you have, the smoother that median home price should be. And, being down around 1,000, that median sales price number is going to whipsaw. So it does sound like home prices have shot up another 20, 30, 40,000. And I can tell you on my listings, I have been getting that much, but on the purchase side, whenever I'm helping buyers, I have been able to still negotiate a lot of seller concessions and repairs and credits off the purchase price. So these numbers are a little deceptive. Like, don't feel too despondent. Number of new listings is also, not at the crazy historic lows. We only listed 788 homes in December, but 1,400 that's still a pretty low amount of homes. So, for example, June 2021, we had about 2,000 homes that we were listing per month through the summertime there, and that's kind of everything. So that's new listings. So not only are we not selling as many homes, but there's a lot of people who are deciding not to sell, and that's basically the story of the market. It's basically a race between number of people selling their homes and the number of people buying homes. And basically whoever wins that race determines, our price is going up and quickly, or, we're going to build some inventory and maybe see a price decline. Currently in the Dayton Metro, the buyers are winning, which is resulting in home prices going up. Now, I do like to dive into the different price points because a $1 million home sells at a slightly different price, in a slightly different time frame than a $200,000 home. That's primarily because of the size of the buyer pool. There's just more people looking to buy $200,000 homes than $800,000 or $1 million homes. So total number of closed sales, 100 to 150,000 was down 45%. There was only 88. 150 to 200,000 was down 8.5%. Total of 214. 200 to 250 actually ticked up a little bit, 4.9% to 172. 250 to 300,000 went down 12%, 147. 300 to 400 went up 2.3% to 223. 400 to 600 went up 15.3% to 166. And 600 to a million went up 20.4% to 59. So the important thing to kind of pull out of that is basically under 150,000, there is about half as many homes selling as there was a year ago. That is primarily because there's not a lot of homes getting listed in that price point. Under 100 is starting to get pretty challenging in much of the Dayton Metro, and even under 200 in many sections. Total number of new listings broken out by list price. Again, shouldn't be too surprising here that most homes that are getting listed, the biggest increases have been in the higher price points. Sellers are always going to want the most money for their house. For example, 400 to 600,000 is up 25.3% to 193. 600 to a million is up 35.7% to 76. The midpoint, though, is held in there pretty good. So 100 to 300,000 has only been like a 1 or 2% change. So for example, 150 to 200 dropped 2.2% to 261. 250 to 300 dropped 3.1% to 190. So yes, that middle segment is holding pretty steady. It's the the low end, that under 150, and then the high end is where a lot of the the growth and the shrinkage is happening. The middle part, yes, homes are basically sliding up to the next highest price category there. And then total inventory, again, under 100,000, has been shrinking. But 150 to 200,000, we actually had 56.1% more homes for sale, total 167. 200 to 250, we had 74% more homes for sale. Same number, oddly enough, 167. 250 to 300,000 went up 9.1% to 156. Total inventory of $300 to $400,000 homes went up 29.3% to 238. 400 to 600,000 went up 39.9%. 242. 600 to a million, there was 44.3% more homes for sale in June, total of 153. So those are the numbers for the Dayton Metro area for July 2024. So what can we make of these numbers in Dayton? And it's basically, I kind of mentioned it as I was going through them, and it's we're basically in a bit of a race. We don't really have the only clear trend we have is that, prices have been going up, and that's primarily because there are so few homes for sale that, we can't build enough inventory to get to the point where prices will stabilize and then decline. So we basically have like this whipsaw action, right? So like if we hit like 2 or 3 months where we have a large number of buyers, people are feeling good, the weather's, the weather's nice outside, they rapidly buy through the homes that are for sale and prices start going up again. If the Fed announces interest rates are going up, that usually causes buyers to back off a little bit. And, we do build up some inventory and, prices stabilize a little bit more. So that's basically been the story for the last 2-3 years, really, since the June, July 2022 peak frenzy time. We've basically been in like this 4 to 6 month oscillation back and forth. And honestly, there's not really anything in the numbers that indicates that there's going to be a change to that trend anytime soon, at least in the Dayton area. I am active in other markets, as you probably know. I'm very active in the Tampa Bay, Florida market, and I keep a strong eye on the Florida market, and I keep a relatively close eye on the Cincinnati market, although not overly so, to be honest. So some parts of the country does have a situation where there is a large amount of inventory that has been built up and prices have stagnated and even fallen. Primarily Florida and primarily not Tampa Bay, but a lot of the other parts of the states down there, they have other compounding problems down there. They have a lot of insurance issues and stuff like that. But even with that, prices aren't like cratering. And the primary reason why is sellers always want to sell their house for the most money, which means that price run-ups happen extremely quickly. And that's what we saw in 2020, 2021, 2022. Price declines do not happen nearly as quickly. And the reason why is sellers do not want to sell their house for less than it was worth a few weeks or a few months ago. So it is a very long decision-making process to get to the point where prices start to come down. And so you need that demand and inventory mismatch for months before you really start to see prices coming down. And the reason why is if your house isn't selling, you don't usually wake up the next day after it's been a few days that you haven't had a showing or anything. You usually give it a little bit longer than 1 or 2 days to drop the price. You want to try the price for a while, make sure that everybody that wants to see it has been able to see it. And then after 2 to 3 weeks of that, then you're like, okay, well, we need to try to reduce the price. And even with that, people don't usually drop the price like $40,000. That's usually, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 price reductions. So that is why price declines take a very long time. And we've kind of gotten off topic because none of that is currently what is happening in the market. Dayton Metro is very much number of new listings and the number of buyers are very much neck and neck. We listed 1,400 homes. We sold 1,156 homes. So technically, yes, we built a little inventory, but not a lot to make a sizable difference. If you've been watching these for a while, you know that the first metric that I keep my eye on is median time to sale. If median time to sale and median time to contract starts moving, that is the precursor to a shift in the market. We've been hanging out at 43 days for a while. Now, that said, if you're in the market to purchase, there are techniques and things that you can do to find homes that are, listed by sellers that are more negotiable. I've been having a lot of success negotiating, credits and concessions, repairs, and, money off the asking price. It's not complete madness out there, but you do have to be, a little deliberate and a little particular about how you're going about buying a home. So thank you so much for tuning in for this Dayton market update for July 2024. My name is Kyle Sasser, and team leader of Ashler Home Team, and I'm with KW Advisors on Far Hills and Kettering. Would love to help you out if you're in the market to purchase a home, or if you're thinking about selling it. I'd be happy to have a chat with you, kind of go over next steps, and really fine-tune the process so you can make the best home decisions for yourself. Our motto is the way real estate should be. And we definitely try to live up to that every day. You can reach me at 937-907-6777. We also have an email and a contact form in the description down below. You can book a chat on my calendar at the time that works best for you there. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Kyle Sasser, and I'll talk to you soon.